Welcome back, everybody, to Entertainment Tonight from London. Now, in just 1 week, Prince Harry is expected to return here for a charity event that also coincides with the 3-year anniversary of the Queen's death. But will it be a royal reunion?
Well, I think there's a chance for a reconciliation. The idea that we're going to see Prince Harry back on that balcony representing the royal family overseas or doing any royal work in an official capacity, I think it's out the
Prince
question.
Harry, who has returned to the UK to attend the Well Child Awards in London. Today he's been to Windsor Castle, where he laid a wreath and privately paid respects to the late Queen, who passed 3 years ago to this day. Well, should King Charles grant Prince Harry, the prodigal prince, a royal audience? Let's get the views of the leading royal commentator and author, Lady Colin Campbell. Lady Colin Campbell, do you think the King should meet Harry?
Absolutely not.
He was so concerned that he spoke to Spencer about changing their name because he thought that might speed things up. This gets even more strange. So Harry wanted the HRHs for the children to be included in their passports. And, according to this report in The Guardian, he wants their children to have the option, when they're older, of being full-time working royals. He wants them to be able to choose. So even though Harry and Meghan have quit royal duties, and they're now making and everything, they want Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet.
Well, look what the cat dragged in. Prince Harry back in London probably thought he'd just pop round to Dad's for a cuppa and a chinwag. But rumors say King Charles took one look at him, slammed the palace gates shut, and yelled, "Not today, sonny boy, and leave those kids of yours out of it." I mean, you'd think Harry was trying to return a half-eaten scone at a bakery, not visit his own family. What kind of royal welcome is that?
Well, I think we're all hoping it's not going to be a royal rejection because, of course, you have to remember that Harry has not seen his father for about 20 months now.
One of the big headlines that we're seeing today is that William thinks this idea of a meeting or a reconciliation is a terrible idea.
The King is very open to a reconciliation, but trust is absolutely key to that.
You fly all that way, and your own dad treats you like a door-to-door salesman peddling dodgy memoirs. But this wasn't just a simple family rejection. This was a calculated power move. And the real target wasn't even Harry. The target was the kids. Why would a grandfather ban his own grandkids? What secrets are those palace walls hiding that they don't want those little ones to see?
William is...
Yeah, so Richard Eden put together a great timeline on the Daily Mail about this because I think that we forget that Harry and Meghan specifically told media at the time of Archie's birth that they didn't want to give him a title. They didn't want him to have any of the pomp because they wanted him to live a life as normal.
Even when Will and Kate came over and I had met her for the first time, they came over for dinner. I remember I was in ripped jeans and I was barefoot. It's like I was a hugger. I've always been a hugger. I didn't realize that is really jarring for a lot of Brits.
Whispers from insiders suggest Harry was desperate to get Archie and Lilibet inside those hallowed halls, not for a fun tour of the crown jewels, but for something far more official. The word is he wanted to establish their UK presence, to plant a flag, so to speak. It's like he was trying to get a royal timeshare. Just sign here, Dad, and little Lily gets visiting rights to the throne room every other weekend. But Charles, allegedly, saw right through it. He wasn't having any of it. The King probably thought, last time you were here, you Netflix and trilled us to the whole world, and now you want a playdate? Absolutely not. This goes so much deeper than a simple no. This is about legacy, lineage, and some very, very awkward paperwork.
Can we talk a little bit about Meghan, because she just shared some new pictures of Archie and Lilibet behind the scenes and season 2 of her new Netflix series that just started with Love Meghan. Can you talk about how the second season of her series has been received here in the UK?
Do you know who doesn't like love?
And speaking of paperwork, the stuff we've heard about their passports is absolutely bonkers. So, the story goes that Harry and Meghan were applying for British passports for the kids, and it was taking forever. We're talking months. Harry, being Harry, allegedly smelled a rat. He thought the establishment was deliberately stalling, trying to block his kids from their birthright. Rumor has it he got so paranoid he considered changing their last name to something else. Can you imagine? Hi, we'd like a passport for Archie Mountbatten Windsor. No, wait, scratch that. Make it Archie Smith. From royalty to Smith in one paranoid thought. But that's not even the wildest part. The real kicker is what he supposedly wanted printed inside those passports.
Thank you.
Hello, Mom. Breakfast time. Go.
Do you think the king should meet Harry?
Absolutely not. I think it would be a fatal error to meet Harry. There's no reason why he should. It's not going to work in his favor. It's not going to work in favor of Prince William. I think it would be a gross error because anything that happened in the meeting could be twisted, unless, of course, there would be a witness, as there was at the last meeting, the 12-minute meeting at Clarence House, when the Queen, the present Queen, Camilla, made sure that she was in the room the whole time. No, there's no advantage to meeting with Harry.
He didn't just want citizenship. He wanted the HRH titles officially stamped. He wanted it in writing, in government-issued ink. But why fight so hard for a title you once claimed to despise? Unless this was never about the title for the kids at all. This whole passport palaver reveals the master plan, allegedly. Sources whisper that Harry wants his children to have the option to be working royals one day. Let that sink in. He and Meghan quit the firm, trashed the brand, moved to California, and made millions selling their story. But they want to keep the royal door open for the kids. It's like quitting your job in a blaze of glory, spitting on the CEO's desk on your way out, and then asking if your son can have an internship in 20 years. The audacity is breathtaking.
Harry and Meghan are actually playing a very nasty game at the moment. They are trying to be as divisive as possible in terms of damaging not only the king's reputation, but William's reputation, the relationship between William and the king, and just generally casting the royal family into a no-win.
King Charles must have had a royal fit. You can't burn the bridge and then ask for a lighter to find your way back. But this creates a massive problem. A problem currently sitting in Montecito wearing a designer onesie. What does Meghan think about all this? And where was Meghan in all this drama? Nowhere to be seen. She was 5,000 miles away, probably sipping a lavender latte and watching this mess unfold on TMZ. Her silence was louder than a cannon at the Trooping the Color. It's classic Meghan strategy. Let Harry take the heat while she stays spotless. He's the one getting roasted over the royal barbecue, and she's in the kitchen, well out of the smoke. Smart, really. But it makes you wonder, was this Harry's solo mission? Did he fly to the UK with this grand plan without her full blessing?
Here's the kick.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I'll get you both to into the camera here for me. That's right. This way, please.
Yes, he has the sweetest temperament. He's really calm and
He gets that from
yeah, and he's just been the dream. So it's been a special couple days.
Rumors are swirling that this might not have been a united front. What if Harry's desperate play for UK roots for his kids is actually the opening shot in a very different and much uglier kind of battle? Legal experts are starting to whisper a terrifying word: custody. Think about it. If things between Harry and Meghan ever went south, and the rumors are getting louder, establishing that the kids have strong ties to the UK could be huge for Harry. He could argue they have a life and a legacy there. This failed palace visit wasn't just a PR stunt, it was potentially a legal maneuver. He was trying to create a paper trail, a history of trying to integrate them into British life. That's next level strategic, or next level desperate. But to use your own children as pawns in a potential pre-custody game, that's colder than a royal handshake. And if that's true, Meghan will not let that slide. She will fight like a lioness.
Archie and Lilibet's voices have been heard for the first time in a new family video.
Please, God. My phone.
He's not gonna fall. Don't you worry, Mama has him.
Good job!
God. Oh, yes, we do.
We love you,
God.
It will be true. When you're not
Near us.
we're blue.
Harry and Meghan shared a heartfelt tribute video to Markle's late beagle, Guy, her rescue dog who recently passed away just before appearing in her new Netflix show. Within the video, the couple included adorable snippets of their children with the dog, and it's the first time their voices have been heard.
Please, God. My phone. Dad. Oh, yes, we do.
Megan adopted Guy in 2015 in Canada from a kill shelter in Kentucky, where he had just days left to live. In her video, she penned "In memory of Guy" and encouraged viewers to adopt, not shop.
But Harry might have an ace up his sleeve, an ace named the British media. Love them or hate them, they are a powerful weapon. If Harry can keep this narrative going, this story of the poor, excluded prince just wanting his kids to know their heritage, he wins public sympathy. And public sympathy puts pressure on everyone. Meanwhile, Meghan's playing the Hollywood game, building her American brand. It's a clash of titans, a transatlantic tug of war with two adorable, oblivious kids in the middle. And the real question is, who blinks first? The king, who holds the tradition, the father who wants a legacy, or the duchess who controls the narrative?
Even when Will and Kate came over, and I had met her for the first time they came over for dinner, I remember I was in ripped jeans and I was barefoot. It's like I was a hugger. I've always been a hugger. I didn't realize that that is really jarring for a lot of Brits. I guess I'd started to understand very quickly that the formality on the outside carried through on the inside. That there is a forward-facing way of being. And then you close the door and you go, oh, great. Okay, we can relax now. But that formality carries over on both sides. And that was surprising to me.
This is no longer a family spat. This is a geopolitical incident played out in the tabloids. And the one thing everyone is forgetting is that those kids are growing up. They will eventually Google all this. What happens when they read about the time their granddad allegedly banned them from the palace? Let's be real, the monarchy itself is terrified of those children walking through the door. It's not just about pettiness. Letting them in would force answers to questions they never want to answer. Questions about surrogacy, about titles, about their exact place in the line of succession. It would open a Pandora's box of constitutional and PR nightmares. The palace prefers the mystery. They'd rather have the rumors than the facts. So Charles's no wasn't just personal, it was institutional. It was the entire 1,000-year-old firm saying, we will not be interrogated by a toddler holding a corgi stuffy. The system protects itself, even from family, especially from family. And right now, Harry is learning that lesson the hardest way possible. But what does this mean for his future? Is there any way back for the prodigal prince? Let's get one thing straight. Harry is never getting his old job back. That ship has sailed, sunk, and been turned into a Netflix documentary. There will be no balcony appearances, no royal tours, no uniform. He's persona non grata with a side of awkwardness. He's like that employee who got a massive severance package and then wrote a tell-all book about the boss's weird eating habits. You don't get to come back and ask for a promotion. His only role now is as a character in his own tragic comedy. He's stuck in a no man's land. Too royal for America's taste now that the woke prince shtick is getting old, and too American for the royal. He's a man without a country, and his only allies are, well, are they even allies? The final, brutal truth is that Harry played his hand too early and too badly. He showed up expecting a family hug and got a constitutional crisis instead. He thought he could have his independence and his birthright, but the universe and his father said choose one. He chose, and now he has to live with it. The gates are closed, the crown has spoken, and all that's left is the sound of one very confused prince knocking on a door that will never open again. The real tragedy? This could have all been avoided with a simple phone call. But where's the fun in that? And the biggest question of all remains, what insane move will he try next?